Tell us about the Wings of Hope Chapter 1 documentary.
Our documentary, Wings of Hope, is a series of documentaries that we want to create. This series is about the stories of hummingbird survival in Mexico. So the main goal is to try to document most, or if not all, of the 59 hummingbirds in Mexico. I know it's like titanic work, and I don't know if life will be enough to create this series like in total. But we want to showcase these stories, like the unheard stories of hummingbirds in our country and how people are protecting them. And this first chapter is about the Mexican shirtail, which is an endangered hummingbird of Mexico that only lives in Veracruz and Yucatan. You cannot find it anywhere else in Mexico or the world. And this little hummingbird is facing a lot of problems here. For instance, in Veracruz, they are losing its habitat very quickly due to urbanization, and most of his areas or breeding areas are being sold for construction. And before the rainy season, the people go there and burn everything, which we documented in our story. And we just want to show that, okay, if you are going to do it, just please don't do it in that moment because it's their breeding season and they are producing new babies. So we need to try to find a balance. I don't say it's really bad to burn everything because it helped them with their crops and everything. But I think we need to respect nature also, not only to our own purposes. And in this story, we also meet some people in Chavarrillo, Veracruz, that created a reserve called Dorica, which is the scientific name of this species, Dorica elisa. So they created this reserve to protect this hummingbird. And they have doing a lot of work from like 5 years ago. And we also started to document how this reserve is protecting the species, the efforts that these people are doing, and that this place serves as a refuge for the not only this species, but also they have like 250 species, I think. So this reserve is becoming very important in the region, not only for the hummingbird, but for other species. And we try to tell this story not only about a beautiful hummingbird like many of the Nat Geo documentaries that we used to see, but telling a problem that is happening and needs to pay attention, like from local government and the people that can actually do something about it. And we try to show the how can I say the testimonial from not only these 5 people that are working to protect them, but also children from some schools to show also their perspective. How can they see this process? And they are also noticing that they are not seeing so many birds as before. And we did some activities with them to go and put some water supplies for birds in general around this area. So we try to do a lot of good with this documentary. I don't want like to earn prizes or win money with this, but just show the stories and try to help these small birds one by one and on each chapter.
What is the main message you want the audience to take away from it?
The main message that we want to take from this documentary is that, as we say in our trailer, that even the smallest of us can inspire the greatest change. And I think that this hummingbird has united so many people that they have so many different like occupations. For instance, Alexis, the guide, the bird guide, he just works at construction. For example, Don Erasmo, which is the owner of this reserve, he works at petroleum, oil, and all of that stuff. And even their different backgrounds, they are all working together to protect this species. And I think there are so many people like this doing good for nature in Mexico and other countries that we want to show that your story can be told and you can be heard. You are not alone. You can, even if there's only one person that has this idea of trying to protect a species, this documentary shows that, for example, Alexis, which started everything, can create a community working with him to do better for wildlife. And we want this message to be spread around the people that you don't need to have a lot of money or have like so many resources to do things. You just need to want it to do it. And our documentary shows that um, nature needs help, wildlife needs our help, and if you have something interesting to do or to say about nature, we also want to try and go to document your story and help you to achieve your goals.
How is the reserve today?
Actually, when we stopped recording the documentary. Uh, one day, some people went and dumped a lot of corpses of animals in the reserve. So there are still a lot of challenges that are facing there. Also, we put in the documentary, you can see that we put some signals like some, yeah, to tell the people to don't drop trash or stuff. But the people around sometimes put their horses and tie in these poles. So many of them are already gone. So it's still a lot of work to be done regarding the reserve per se. But about the birds, we have seen more of this hummingbird actually. After this year has been so great with rains, so a lot of hummingbirds came to this place in particular. And the last migration season also we saw a lot of birds, like 50 species in one day in just a small reserve. So I think they are doing good things with nature. Nature is looking this also because we have seen more nature, but the social part of this, there's a lot of work to be done still. And I hope also with the help with Rewild Yourself and the Nature Foundation, they are already planning to do great things in this reserve. So I think that's going to change this a little bit. They want to fence all of this reserve to avoid these unwanted people visiting this place. And I think everything is going to get better eventually. Just needs some more work.
Will there be a chapter 2?
Yes, for chapter two, we also have like a baseline story, and you can see it at the end of our first documentary, a teaser video about the next hummingbird that is going to be recorded, which is the broad-tailed hummingbird. This is a migratory species that comes to Mexico after August, so we are going to try to record it this year. We are also planning already chapter 3 and 4, trying to get funding from different sources, which hasn't been really easy, but we are trying to, I hope someday to get the right one. But the story about this chapter 2 is about a hummingbird that lives in very high mountains in Veracruz. Actually, we are already in July, and this mountain has been covered in ice twice. So it shows actually and it's summer. So it shows the global warming and everything that is changing really fast, this environment. So we want to show how this hummingbird lives, what changes, challenges it faces. And we also have a small story about, I don't know in English how it's called, but like loving tides, amarres amorosos. I don't know. It's something cultural in Mexico where people think that hummingbirds can attract love. So if you go to local markets, uh, they sell you hummingbirds in small bags and already killed. And people think that if you buy this hummingbird and then do some like preparation with this bird, you are going to find love. And for this reason, a lot of hummingbirds in Mexico are getting killed. So we want to show the story about this beautiful hummingbird living and all of this. Suddenly you change the perspective to how people in Mexico are doing bad things with them, to try to show this cultural part of Mexico that many people don't know. Actually, when we publish a small teaser about this, people from other countries didn't know about this and were very shocked about this. So I think we need to amplify this story and document a little bit more to show that not only people are doing good things, but also bad things with them, and this needs to be regulated or prevented. So that's our next chapter about.
Miguel, thank you for using your beautiful imagery to ignite conservation conversations and make research more accessible for all. You inspire us to take action, no matter how big or small it seems. To learn more about Miguel's work, visit the link down below. Thanks for tuning in to Rewild Yourselves in Conversation series. To learn more about the inspiring Rewild Yourself champions and for more ways to find your wild, visit rewildyourself.com or join the conversation on Instagram at rewildyourself.